Hey everyone, Richard from Digital Foundry here, taking a look at the performance of Just Cause 3 on PlayStation 4 with the freshly minted patch 1.02 installed. So essentially there were two major problems we had with this game at launch, specifically frame rate problems and some extremely lengthy loading times. Let's talk about performance first. Now, we've matched up a number of clips here from the game's opening segments. Rico's initial nighttime assault reveals that not much has really changed from patch 1.01. We're still in 30 FPS territory here with mortar-driven explosions, seeing small dips in performance on both updates. If there were any major performance optimizations here, we would have expected to see patch 1.02 hand in a locked 30 FPS here. Moving on to traversal, and this high-speed drive in the pickup actually sees slightly worse performance on 1.02, and that's somewhat curious to say the least. Now we should say that there is an area where the day one patch drops frames and the new update doesn't, but it highlights a lack of consistency and the generally dynamic output of the game. Combat is even more dynamic, but what's clear is that one of the fundamental issues with the original code remains unaffected. Specifically, large explosions cause significant frame rate drops, and there's a lot of them in Just Cause 3. Certainly the gameplay experience feels much the same between both updates, and that's reflected in this minigun test, which sees both versions exhibiting minor performance dips and indeed some frame pacing issues, though to be fair, these are barely noticeable during the run of play. So let's leave the comparisons behind for a moment and let's look at some stress tests on patch 1.02. We're entering an enemy base here and basically razing it to the ground with the most spectacular pyrotechnics we can muster. Explosions utilize extensive alpha transparency effects which are very taxing on the GPU, and it looks like this is what causes the lion's share of Just Cause 3's performance problems. At the worst here we're at 23 FPS, which is ballpark with the results of our stress tests on the original day one patch. So overall, if you're looking for a performance boost from this new update, you're probably in for a disappointment. However, Avalanche has promised loading time improvements, and in this respect the studio has delivered, in one crucial area at least. Now, we start here with a loading time test booting into the game from a cold start. The improvement here is minimal. We're still looking at 1 minute 12 seconds before we can begin, up against 1 minute 14 on the original day one patch. However, it's respawning that sees a massive difference. In a like-for-like test, patch 1.02 respawns in just 23 seconds, compared to 61 seconds on version 1.01. Now that's a handsome improvement. So, that's Just Cause 3 patch 1.02 on PS4. Time permitting, we'll try to follow up on Xbox One when the update appears there, but for now, please do give us a like if this video was useful and subscribe so you don't miss any of our output. Thanks for watching.